Picture this. You're at the playground. Your child snatches a toy from another little one who immediately starts crying. You rush over, feeling that familiar mix of embarrassment and frustration. Your brain flips through its parenting script and lands on that classic line, "How would you feel if he did that to you?" You wait for a flicker of understanding, but get nothing. A blank stare, maybe even a defiant, "I don't care." So what went wrong? Why does the go-to empathy question almost never work? In this video, I'm going to show you the single biggest mistake parents make when trying to teach empathy. And more importantly, I'll give you a simple, 3-step conversation that actually builds true, lasting compassion in your child. Stay tuned, because this simple switch will change everything. First, let's be clear. If your child struggles with empathy, you are not a bad parent. And your child is not a bad kid. It's a matter of brain development. Young children are naturally egocentric. That's a scientific term, not an insult. It means their world literally revolves around them. Their brain hasn't fully developed the complex neural pathways for theory of mind, the ability to truly step into someone else's shoes and imagine their perspective. So when we ask, "How would you feel?" we're asking them to perform a mental gymnastic routine they simply aren't equipped for. Instead of teaching empathy, this question often just creates confusion or shame. And shame is the enemy of learning. The good news is, there's a much better way to wire their brain for kindness. A way that doesn't rely on shaming them into it. So let's throw out "How would you feel?" and replace it with our powerful 3-step method. The very first step is simple, but crucial. It's called observe and narrate the what. This means you become a neutral sports commentator of the situation. You state the objective facts of what you see without any judgment, blame, or emotional language. You are simply describing the scene. You are not saying, "That was mean," or "You were being naughty." You are just painting a picture with your words. This first step is designed to pull your child out of their own emotional storm and into the present moment. It creates a small space between their impulse and their action, which is where self-awareness begins. This is the foundation upon which all empathy is built. It's about seeing what is actually happening before we rush to fix it or place blame. Let's go back to that playground scenario. Your child has just grabbed the blue truck. Instead of asking that ineffective question, you get down to their level, make gentle eye contact, and start step 1. You narrate what happened. You might say, "I see you took the blue truck from Timmy's hands. Now Timmy is crying." Notice the tone. It's calm. It's factual. You're not angry. You're simply a reporter. Let's try another example. Maybe your child pushes past their sibling to get to a toy first. You would say, "You pushed your sister with your body. She fell down, and now she is holding her knee." The goal is to connect their action to the immediate, observable consequence. No lectures, no shaming, just a simple, clear statement of fact. This is the starting point for their brain to begin piecing together cause and effect in the social world. Why is this observe and narrate step so incredibly powerful? It's because it does 3 critical things for your child's developing brain. First, it separates the action from the child's identity. You're not saying, "You are mean." You're saying, "You did a thing that had a result." This prevents them from shutting down in a spiral of shame and allows them to actually hear what you're saying. Second, it models emotional regulation for them. When you stay calm and neutral, you are co-regulating with your child. You're showing them that conflict can be handled without yelling or panic. And third, it builds their own observation skills. You are teaching them to notice the world outside of their own wants and needs. You're training their brain to see facial expressions, body language, and the direct results of their behavior. This is the raw data they need to start building a mental map of how other people work. Once you have calmly stated the facts, it's time for step 2. This is where we bridge the gap and teach the why. Step 2 is connect to the other person's feeling. This is the part that directly replaces how would you feel. Instead of asking your child to imagine a hypothetical situation about themselves, you are going to give them insight into the other person's very real, present experience. You are essentially doing the perspective taking for them, lending them your more developed brain for a moment. You become the empathy translator. You connect the dots between the action you just observed and the feeling it created in the other person. This is not a guess. It's an educated inference based on the situation. It's a direct lesson in emotional literacy, delivered right when it's most relevant. So let's put this into practice. At the playground, after you've said, "I see you took the blue truck and now Timmy is crying," you move to step 2. You add the connection. You might say, "He looks sad. I think he is crying because he was in the middle of building something special with that truck. He really wanted to keep playing with it." See the difference? You are not asking your child to do the impossible mental work. You are giving them the answer. You are explaining Timmy's inner world. Let's use the sibling example. After saying, "You pushed your sister and she is holding her knee," you could add, "When you push someone, it can hurt their body. I think she is holding her knee because it feels painful right now." You are giving your child the why behind the tears or the pained expression. You're handing them the keys to understanding others. The psychology behind this connect step is what truly builds the scaffolding for empathy. Children learn empathy not by being asked to imagine themselves in a situation, but by having the feelings of others explained to them clearly and consistently. By saying, "He is crying because," you are directly teaching cause and effect for emotions. You are building a library of social and emotional scripts in their mind. Every time you do this, you forge a new neural connection. They start to learn that taking a toy leads to sadness. Pushing leads to pain. Saying kind words leads to smiles. You are literally programming their brain to anticipate how their actions will impact the people around them. This is far more effective than inducing shame, which only teaches a child to hide their behavior or to focus on how bad they feel, not how the other person feels. Okay, you've observed the action and connected it to a feeling. The final part, step 3, is where the real learning sticks. This step is called empower with a solution. Many parents stop after pointing out the problem, which can leave a child feeling stuck, ashamed, and helpless. But true empathy is not just about feeling with someone. It's about being moved to act. This step is all about teaching your child how to repair the situation. It moves them from being the problem causer to being the problem solver. It's about giving them the tools to make things right. This is profoundly empowering. It teaches them that mistakes are not final, that relationships can be mended, and that they have the power to make someone feel better. This is a life skill that will serve them forever. Let's finish our playground scenario. You've said, "Timmy is crying because he wanted to keep playing with that truck." Now for step 3, the empowering solution. You offer a choice. What can we do to help Timmy feel better? We could give the truck back and ask for a turn in 5 minutes, or we could find another fun truck for you to play with. What sounds like a good plan? For the sibling example, you might say, "Your sister is hurt. What's something we can do to help her feel cared for? Should we ask if she needs a hug? Or maybe we can get her an ice pack?" Notice you are guiding them, not commanding them. You are offering a couple of good choices. This gives them a sense of agency and makes them a participant in the solution, rather than just the recipient of a punishment. They are learning the how of kindness. Why is this empower step the game changer? Because it shifts the entire focus from punishment to restoration. It teaches children that the goal is not to avoid getting in trouble, but to maintain positive relationships. When a child successfully makes amends, gives back the toy, offers a hug, says a genuine sorry, their brain gets a little hit of dopamine. It feels good to be a helper. It feels good to see someone's sad face turn into a smile because of something you did. You are creating a positive feedback loop that reinforces kind behavior. This is how you build intrinsic motivation for kindness, rather than just compliance based on fear. You're not just correcting a single behavior, you're teaching a lifelong skill of conflict resolution and relationship repair. This is how we raise humans who don't just feel empathy, but who act on it. So let's put the full 3-step conversation together. 1. Observe. I heard you tell your brother his drawing was stupid. 2. Connect. When you said that, I saw his face fall and he crumpled up his paper. I think your words really hurt his feelings because he was so proud of his work. 3. Empower. What can we do to fix this? Maybe you could tell him one thing you do like about his drawing, or you could apologize for using hurtful words. Now, will your child get this right every time? Absolutely not. Sometimes they will resist. They might shout, "I don't care," and that's okay. In that moment, your job is to stay calm. You might need to set a boundary, like, "We need to take a break from playing together until we can use kind words." But the goal isn't immediate perfection. The goal is consistent modeling. Every single time you walk them through this process, you are strengthening those empathetic pathways in their brain. You are playing the long game. So there you have it, the simple but revolutionary shift from asking, "How would you feel?" to a 3-step conversation that actually works. 1. Observe and narrate the facts. 2. Connect the action to the other person's feeling. And 3. Empower your child to be part of the solution. Remember, you are not just stopping a bad behavior. You are building a kind human. This takes time, patience, and a lot of repetition. Be kind to yourself in this process. You are doing an amazing, difficult job. And by using tools like this, you are giving your child a gift that will last a lifetime, a truly empathetic heart. If you found this helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe for more parenting advice that makes a real difference. And now, I'd love to hear from you. What's the hardest situation where you've had to teach empathy? Share it in the comments below. Let's support each other.